Hey everyone, you're here with Mark Boutwell at PerfectGardens.com. So this is a continuation of our first video of how to know when to water. Today I came out, looked at my pots, and I could see the pots starting to slowly dry back. And this is actually the perfect day I want to come out and water. Why? As you can see right here, the different colors in water. So as you can see, this is still a little bit more damp. This one's starting to dry out in the center. And as you can see, the soil is also beginning to breathe right here. And as we were talking about before, when things dry and get wet, they expand and contract. I actually like to see the soil slightly dry back, not completely, just a little bit like this, where I'll end up watering. Why? If I gave the soil one more day, the entire top would be dried out and probably a ½ inch below, and maybe some of the soil on the sides will begin to be drying out. What happens when it dries back is the surface tension begins to happen, and when you rewater the next time, it's actually going to take a little longer for the water to penetrate the soil, and it might end up actually just rolling off, and you might end up getting slight dry pockets in your soil. So that's why you want to make sure to water when there still is moisture in the pot, so you're not fighting surface tension. This is also where you're going to begin to manage your watering slightly different based upon the needs of each plant. So what I mean by this is you're not going to change your watering schedule based upon whether one plant needs it or not. What you're going to be doing is adjusting the amount of water you need to give each planter. So as you can see right here, this planter is drying out, this planter is drying out a little bit more, but these over here are still a little bit moist, and this one definitely is more moist than this one. And as we go further down, they get a little drier. Why is that? Well, within the positioning of the greenhouse and right here, there's more wind that comes and pulls the moisture away through transpiration. And on this side is more protected, so there's going to be more moisture retention. So when I come over here, I might end up doing a 4-second count in my water, 5, 7, 8 seconds, and 7, 8 seconds over here, depending upon whether I'm using a water hose, a watering container, or whatever. I hope this video was helpful on being able to see what I do to be able to see a little bit more clearly of when to water properly. Because once again, if you water too much, that's when things begin to set in, aphids, powdery mildew, other stuff, especially because if you don't have a top layer to help retain the moisture down below, that moisture will end up evaporating away, and living underneath those plants is where more bugs are going to exist and grow, which will create more problems later down the road. So just by getting control of your watering in the beginning, and then as the plants grow, adding in a layer of mulch or ground cover or something, it's going to allow for the moisture to stay in the ground versus evaporating away and creating an unhealthy environment underneath your plant. Also, doing other things like clearing the foliage underneath your plant will also be helpful. Thanks so much, and have a great grow, everyone. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you aren't.